Hey guys, this is Jirok, leader of Blue Fury. I just wanted to put this video together. This is actually just a first run of trying to give a breakdown of wars. Hopefully in the future I'd love to be able to get it set up where I can do it with video and everything, but this just will be a quick ability for me to just put a screenshot together of each base and then give a quick layout of a quick strategy recommendation for the 10 bases that we're going up against. This is not a required attack strategy. It's just if you're not sure what to do, this is a recommendation kind of going over the different base styles and any strategy can beat almost any base if you plan it well and you get a little lucky sometimes. But there are certain strategies that base defense layouts are weak against. So we're going to kind of go over them real quick in this in each base and kind of show you the different strategies and how to attack and where to attack different base layouts. And this actual plan has a nice variety of different base layouts. Hey guys, this is base number 1, which of course is always going to be their toughest base. So in this case, this is their only Town Hall 10 base, and when you first look at it, it might look a little intimidating, very well fortified, but there actually is a very strong. There is a very strong or weak, a very strong weakness to this base. When looking at it, the first thing I see right off the back, and this is going to be a great base for DJ, is the top. If you just look at the top, you'll see that what you always want to look at is how can I get to the center of the base, the town hall, the fastest. And so what's going to happen is you want to come straight down the middle from the very top. And that's going to happen with some pikas. Some pikas will get you straight in the base, and we'll go over that here really quick. So what's going to be unique with this base, as I said, is it's attacking with pikas, is the placement of the pikas from the top. When you look at the top, you'll see here that the pikas, their most common issue with pikas is they love to get distracted. And so you'll send them in some wall trying to break into the wall, and if you don't jump spell the wall or you don't throw a bomb in there to blow up that base, that wall, those pikas are going to get distracted and immediately go to the closest outside building and start circling the entire outside of the base. But the first thing you'll notice here is a lot of emptiness on the outside of the base at the top. There is no outside building, so it means there is nothing to distract those pikas. So you're going to go ahead and just drop right off the back, I'd say about 4, maybe 5 pikas, DJ. They're going to, you can throw one down at first to get rid of that, the spell factory. But once they start to go in, you honestly don't even need to worry about bombs. Those pikas are going to destroy those walls. Drop the other 4, and those 5 pikas are going to work on that top corner wall right there and take it out and destroy it. And as soon as they break that wall, those 5 pikas are going to come flooding through this first outside layer, which is going to just demolish them. Now, one thing you'll notice is these are actually 2 rows on each side of buildings, which is why I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and throw in some Valkyrie. Okay, so with the Valkyrie, Valkyries have a special ability that they came out with a few months ago, where because they do area splash damage, they actually, if there's 2 buildings right next to each other, the Valkyrie will walk around the first building just to stand in between the 2 buildings when they spin their axe around so that they can damage both buildings at the same time. So this is going to be a great opportunity to use Valkyrie because they're just going to go straight down the center on both the left and right hand side and take out each building on each side. you probably really don't need more than 2 Valkyrie. You know, those Pikas will act as a shield and do most of the damage. I'd probably send 1 Valkyrie in first so that it goes into the left or right, and as they start to destroy it, that those buildings will become less accessible, and then you send in the second Valkyrie and it will go to the opposite side because those buildings will now be the closest. It really doesn't matter where they go. You just want them to get, you know, to just go down both left and right side. If they have to come back, that's fine. But those Valkyrie are just going to destroy that. And in this, I usually will call this part the reinforce stage. And when you reinforce them with those, you're probably going to also want to reinforce anytime you do Pika or golem, you want to reinforce with archers or wizards, depending on their strength, your style. If you think they're going to take more damage, use wizards. They have more health. If you think you need more space stretched out to cover more territory, use archers. In this case, I'd use some wizards. And I'd probably just say throw a couple wizards on the outside of the left and top right, and they'll just do some splash damage from the outside, and then send the rest of them straight down the top to come in behind the Valkyrie. Now, what's going to happen now, by this time, those Pikas and Valkyries have probably taken out the majority of the walls, so those wizards are going to probably start working on that wizard tower. Take it out really quick, start working on all the buildings behind it, and this is where it comes in really handy. The next step, they're going to go and break through the wall and take out that second inner row. And once that second row is gone, what's hoping here will happen is those Pikas and Valkyrie and Wizards will then turn and focus directly on that third wall. And when they go into that third wall, they will go straight into the town hall and just devastate it. Wizards will splash damage. Doesn't matter if they have any kind of hidden Teslas or anything. They're just going to devastate this town hall. And we're just hoping that they won't go through the side, but chances are they're going to go straight into that town hall. You might want to rage them just to take a few rage spells, and rage spells will just get them to destroy it. The quicker that town hall goes down, the quicker they'll go through the next wall and take out start working their way out of the base. At this point in time, it starts what I consider the final stage, cleanup. And I'll go into this more detail in the next base, but I consider there are 3 stages. The initial stage 1 is the placement of your initial troops. Stage 2 is reinforcements to back them up, and then the final stage is cleanup. And here, the cleanup stage, you're going to notice that that bottom and those 2 left and right outsides, they're going to be a risk of those inside the base not getting out in time. So what you'll want to do is probably bring a couple archers, wizards, barbarians even, and just anything that you can spread out, and just take out those 2 outside edges. By this time, what you'll notice is that archer at the very bottom, those cannons, those wizard towers, all of those things are actually in range of the town hall. So they're all now focused on the Pikas and the Valkyrie. So they're not even paying attention to what's going on behind them because they're stuck locked onto those. So this is a great opportunity to throw in a bunch of archers right at the bottom of the base, take out that archer tower, kind of throw them along the outside and shoot over the wall. You don't even have to worry about barbarians breaking through the wall. Archers will just shoot over the wall, take out the bases at the bottom, and you're hoping to just sandwich the bottom. 2 stars definitely on this base. If you plan it well and you rage them just right, you could possibly even get the 3 stars on this base by just coming down from the top, with power, and then kind of cleaning up from the bottom. And also in this base, the clan council, you'll notice I never mentioned anything about it. When attacking with any kind of troop that is not locked onto a specific target, for example, the giants, hog riders, and balloons are all forced to attack the defense towers first. Well, that means that they're going to get destroyed by the clan castle. All other troops, however, when the clan castle comes out, they will stop focusing on the building, take out the clan castle, and then go back to the buildings. Which means that if you get those wizards in there, that clan castle is going to come out, start attacking your Pikas, wizards are going to attack them, and you really don't need to clear the clan castle on this base. Just go straight in with power, rage, and clean up. And so this is base number 2, and once again you'll notice that this base, the first thing that you see here is the walls have no form or have no kind of open space placement. The last base, you'll notice that it was just a continuous wall that was on the top in 2 different layers. Here they have it more of like a puzzle, and there's different small little segment holes in the base. That means that this base is going to be very weak against very strong defense against ground troops, because those ground troops are going to get into one wall, break it, and then get stuck in that tiny little pocket, destroy the buildings in there, and then have to work on the next wall. And the further deeper you get in, the harder it will be for wall breakers to get there and do any damage. And the whole time they're focusing on the walls, all those defense towers are going to destroy them. Not a good base for golem wizard witches, which I will refer to as GoWiWi. GoWiWi is goblin, wizards, and witches. So this is going to be very weak against GoWiWi, because those golems are just going to get stuck in there, or worse, they're going to give up on that little section and go back out and start going around the outside of the base. So what's great on this base is going to be anything that just doesn't care about the walls and just going to bypass them. Hog riders and balloons are the 2 main, or flying are the 2 main things that ignore walls. The problem that you don't want to do on this base with the flying is the problem with flying is going to be that if you look at his placement, he has great air defenses spread out, wizard towers evenly spread out, and he's got his expos pointed up, which means that those balloons are going to focus all on the outside cannons, outside archer towers, and then finally get to the air defenses and the wizard spires. And the whole time they're doing that, those expos are going to be attacking them. The air defenses are going to be destroying them. Even with some lava hounds, let's just say you get through the first boss, if you're coming in from the bottom, because this base is the same on all sides. So there is no top, left, right, or bottom weakness. So you came in from the bottom. By the time you took out that first 2 air defenses and wizard spires, you're going to start working on the center. And the whole time you're trying to destroy the center, those 2 wizard spires and top 2 air defenses are going to basically take you out. So this is going to be a very weak attack from air. So I recommend hog riders. Hog riders are going to be very strong here, because they're going to just come in, max level hog riders, and hopefully just a long wall devastate it. Now, the most important thing with hog riders is going to be to spread them out into small packs that come in. But what we're going to do real quick before we do that is we need to clear the clan castle. You never want to attack with hog riders without clearing the clan castle. If you notice, the clan castle is at the very top of the base. So what we're going to probably do is just come in from the top of the base and to lure out the clan castle. And you're going to do that with either some hog riders or balloons. That clan castle little circle is overlapping the cannon and mortar. So I recommend you just send in 3 hog riders from the very top, probably a little bit to the left, so they attack the mortar. Those mortars are your worst enemy as hog riders, so you want to get those out. And if you're lucky, those 3 hog riders will destroy the mortar and lure out the clan castle. Once that clan castle is empty, probably take a couple minions and place them over here on the right hand side, outside of the range, or some archers, even better. Some minions or archers. outside the range of that archer tower and lure the clan castle over there, and then destroy them with a couple of archers. Once that clan castle is empty, we can move on to the main attack. So now after the clan castle has been all destroyed and killed, you're basically just going to want to send in your packs of hog riders. I'm recommending that you probably use 5 separate packs, and that you bring about 30 hog riders, 30 to 33. By having the 33, you can use the first 3 or 4 of them to try and make sure you clear out the clan castle at the top, and then you can send in 5 separate packs of 6 hog riders. And as you see here, the placement of those hog riders are just basically all around the bottom. Here's a little trick if you do not know. If you actually take 2 fingers at the same time and touch in 2 different spots on the screen, you can drop 2 of the same troops at the same time. So if you actually start on the outside, and what you'll do is, outside or inside, basically, I'd say start in the center at the bottom, drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then take 2 thumbs, and on that next 2 set, just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the very outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can drag if you want from one section to the other, but do it quick, because you want 6 different hog riders to attack 5 different defenses and 5 different packs all at the same time. If for some chance one of your packs happens to get hit a big bomb, that big bomb will kill that pack, but and you'll lose 5 or 6 hog riders, but the other 25 will keep going and take out the rest of the base. Rage spells are probably going to be your most important ones here. The reason I say rage and not heal, you can try to take a heal, but heal is very tricky with hog riders because they're fast. Heals are great later on. I'll talk about it for balloons, because balloons are slow, so they take their time and you can heal them fully. But by the time you drop a heal spell, hog riders could already be moving on to the next target and be outside the circle. But a rage spell is great because when you need that building destroyed now, it's gone. Another trick with hog riders to be aware of, why you spread them out not only to attack more targets, is because you got to look at the damage per second. 6 hog riders, if you look at their damage, are going to cause, I have to look it up later. Later on I'll do a little training course on it, but hog riders each hit 40 damage per second when they swing their hammer, which means 6 of them are going to do 240 damage per second, which means that most buildings will be gone in 2 or 3 seconds. If you have more than 6 hog riders in a pack swinging at one building, half of them, by the time that building is destroyed, are going to swing their hammer and nothing's going to be there, and that is a wasted attack that could have been used damaging something else. So you don't want all your hog riders hitting the same thing at the same time. Same goes for balloons. Spread them out. And so those hog riders are basically just going to go straight through the base and take out most of it. For reinforcements, you reinforce hog riders with hog riders. So honestly, 30 hog riders is probably going to be only 150 slots. So you've got plenty of extra resources. So you're going to want to do for some reinforcements, maybe bring an extra 5. So let's just say 38 total hog riders. And those other ones are going to, when you see that bomb kill a group of them, the other hog riders, you can drop them on that same area to back them up. Now after the clean, and now finally for base number 2 is the cleanup. As we said before, taken in 3 phases. The last phase is step is the cleanup step. And the thing to remember is those hog riders, all they did was jump over all the walls. And because they jumped over the walls to get to the defense, those walls are still there, which means that any kind of ground troop used to clean up is going to have to go through those walls to get to all the buildings the hog riders left behind. So in this case, I recommend using minions to fly over the walls And you'll notice that the Hog Riders took out all the defense towers, so all that's left is the regular buildings, and those minions are going to just clean it up. And in this case, some people might be saying, well, why use minions and why not use a dragon? Well, the thing to remember about the difference is uh, 4 minions equals 1 dragon. But when you look at damage per second, those 4 minions can do more damage per second than 1 dragon. Also, those 4 minions can spread out and cover more areas. A dragon has a lot of health. Well, there's no need to have health if your defense towers are already down because the Hog Riders destroyed them. So just take take your 38 Hog Riders and take whatever you can fit for minions in the rest of the slots. Drop your minions as soon as you see those Hog Riders hit halfway and start taking out those air defenses and those expos in the center. Drop your minions right there at the bottom where you see they're at. That way they start coming in and cleaning up behind the Hog Riders and getting straight to that center. And what you want is, if you're lucky and those Hog Riders are still alive past the Town Hall, that if you get those minions in there quick enough, those minions will go straight in for the center and take out the Town Hall while the Hog Riders are cleaning up everything else. And could very likely, with 38 Hog Riders and a bunch of minions, you could 3-star this base. With some rage spells, and you rage those minions to get them in there. Honestly, as you see this layout kind of spreads out the minions, you could also, alternatively, instead of spreading them out, send in 20 minions straight from the bottom. Because you want those minions to go straight from the bottom, straight up to the center, rage them so they get in there and they take out that Town Hall. And once again, 2, maybe 3 stars, depending on what happens with your Hog Riders. Okay, base number 3. This is a base designed specifically for Jake. So Jake, I hope you get a chance to look at this video and take a look at the attack style. But as you see here, once again, you've got you have a couple of small pockets, but the key thing to look at for Jake's attack, which is GoWiWi, Goblin, Wizard, Witch, is how many walls are between the outside wall and the Town Hall. And so if we took a look at the 3 sides, bottom left, top right, and bottom right, there's 3. So that's not good, because basically you would have to break through 3 walls to finally get to the center. But he's got a weakness, and his weakness is right there at the very center top left. He's got only 2 walls between the outside and the inside Town Hall. So I mean, that's a great area to push to get those golems and everyone in there. And what you're going to probably want to do is, as you can see here, drop 2 golems right there at that center. Maybe a 3rd one out to the side, either side, just to kind of distract those mortars, because those mortars are going to do the most damage to you. But what you want is, as fast as you can, bust that wall open. You can do that by dropping some bombs like you see here, and breaking that first wall. Now this is important because once that first wall goes down and those golems get in there, you need to take out that second wall. If you don't, those golems are going to go left or right and try to attack the cannon and not the wizard tower probably. If we're lucky, they will go after that. But what you want is, take out that first row and then use a jump spell to get them over that second. Now, one trick about the jump spell, and I've said it before, is getting that jump spell to cover 2 walls, which I'll show you here next. Now, when I talked about that jump spell, notice here the placement of that jump spell can actually overlap both the outside and inside wall, which basically just means as soon as they take out that arch tower, they could go straight into the center. Now, if you notice that circle also, and this is, give or take a little bit, but that circle is also covering the 2 side walls. So this is a dangerous, tricky possible style to try and cover, because those golems could go jump over the wall, take out the arch tower, and then go left or right after the cannon. Or they could jump over the wall and go after the wizard tower. It's hard to say which one's closer, because they are very close, and they're going to go after whatever the closest next weapon is, next defense tower is. So you could try this and see what happens, Jake. And or what you could do is just move, use the bombs to take out the first wall, and then use the jump spell a little bit more, like probably drop it on right at the bottom of the dark elixir, so that just the edge is covering that one stone wall, and then the steel wall, and then they'll just jump over that wall and get in there. Now, if you get if you get those golems and those wizards and those witches in those two walls right there, even if you have to take out the cannons first, and they get into that center, you will devastate this base. Those golems in that center will take out those air defenses, those wizard spires. But when those wizards get inside there and those witches, they're going to tear up that base from the inside out and explode out of it. Rage spells needed. I mean, I can't, this is going to, when you get a good GoWiWi attack on, it looks amazing, because it looks like you just tore that base apart. Everything else from the inside out is going to be open from the inside, and you'll be able to reinforce them, probably throw in a couple extra wizards, but that jump spell is going to be your reinforcement stage 2 to get them into the base. Now, when I talked about that jump spell, notice, okay, and the last part is the cleanup stage. And so this is just a rough layout here, but the hope is that you've taken out the center. Those golems may or may not still be alive. They may be their smaller versions of themselves. They've broken through the inner walls around the town hall, started working on the inside. They're taking all the damage. Those wizards and witches are taking out the inside things. So you need to clean up the outside so you can secure that third star. And that's going to be done with archers. Now, once again, you notice here I never said anything about clearing the clan castle. No need to clear the clan castle on a GUI attack strategy. Actually, when I talked to you before, and you notice I did move the jump spell circle just to kind of give an idea of where you could play it. But actually, those clan castles will lure the troops into the center. Whenever the clan castle troops come out, those wizards and witches are going to see them and force themselves to bypass everything else and go straight down the center, get in that center and destroy them while the golems are taking out all the damage. So, don't even worry about it. Just get them in there, rage them, and get to the center. And then on the outside, I would recommend archers over wizards. I've got both here kind of showing you what you could do. The reason I say archers is there are so many buildings on the outside. Archers are just going to be able to spread them out, and they're going to take out all of those outside buildings really quick, all at once, because you don't know how much time you'll have left. Maybe a few wizards to kind of help them out, but archers should be fine. Those mortars at the bottom of the screen are probably going to already be distracted by the golems, so you don't have to worry about them. And those archers, are just going to clean up from the outside. And once again, you should be able to secure, if done correctly, a good 3-star here. It's not really done correctly, but can those golems get in the center? And if you get those golems in the center and you take out that town hall, get those archers on the outside, you can 3-star this base. Okay,
Now,
and the last part
when I
is
talked about that
the
jump
cleanup
spell,
stage.
notice
And
here,
so this is
the
just
placement
a
of that
rough
jump spell
layout here,
can actually,
but the hope is that
overlap
you've
both
taken out
the
the
outside
center.
and inside
Those
wall.
golems may or
Which
may not
basically
still be
just means
alive.
as soon as they take off that arch
smaller
tower,
versions of themselves.
they could go
They've
straight into the
broken
center.
through the inner
Now, if you notice
walls
that
around
circle
the
also,
town
and this is
hall,
give or take a
started
little
working
bit,
on the
but that
inside.
circle
They're
is
taking out the
also
damage.
covering
Those wizards
the two
are
side
and
walls.
witches are taking out
So
the
this is a
inside
dangerous,
things.
tricky,
So you need to clean up the outside so you can secure
style
that third
to
star.
try and cover, because those
And that's going
golems
to be
could
done
go
with archers.
jump over the
Now,
wall.
once again, you notice
take out
here
the
I
arch
never
tower,
said anything about the clan
and
the
then
clan castle.
go left
No
or
need
right
to clear
after
the
the clan
cannon.
castle,
Or
or
they
they
could
could
jump
jump over the wall
attack
and go
strategy.
after the wizard
Actually,
tower.
when I talked to you
It's
before,
hard
and
to
you notice that I
say
did
which
move
one's closer,
because they are very close.
The
And
jump
they're going
spell
to go after
circle
whatever
just kind
the
of give an idea where you can play it.
but
Next
actually
weapon
those clan
is.
castles will
Next defense tower
lure
is. So
the troops into
you could
the
try
center.
this and see what happens, Jake.
Whenever the clan
or
castle troops come
what
out,
you could do is just
those
move,
wizards
use the
and
bombs to
witches
take
are
out the
going
first
to
wall,
see them
and then use the jump spell a little bit
more like
bypass
everything
drop it
else
right at the bottom
and
of the
go straight down the center,
dark elixir,
get in that
so
center
that just
and
the
destroy
edge
them
is
while the
covering that
golems are
one
taking out all the
stone
damage.
wall, and
So
the steel wall.
don't
And
even
then
worry
they'll
about it.
jump
Just
over
get
that
them in
wall,
there,
rage
rage
them,
them,
and get to
if
the
you
center.
get that,
And then on the outside,
if you get those golems and
I
those
would
wizards
recommend
and those
archers
witches
over wizards
in
I've
those
got
two
both
walls
here,
right there,
kind of showing
even
you
if
what
you
you
have
could
to
do.
take out the
The reason I
cannons
say
first,
archers
and they get
is
into that
there are
center,
so
you
many
will
buildings
devastate
on the
this
outside.
base.
Archers
Those
are just
golems in
going
that
to be
center
able
will
to
take out
spread
those
them out,
those air
and they're going to
defenses,
take
those
out all of
those wizard
outside buildings
spires really quick,
when those
all at once.
wizards get inside there and those witches,
Left.
they're going
Maybe
to
a
tear up
few
that
wizards
base
to
from the
kind of
inside out and explode out
help
of
them
it.
out, but archers should be
Rage
fine.
spells,
Those mortars
needed.
at the bottom of the
I mean, I can't,
the screen
this is
are
going
probably
to,
going to
when
already
you
be
get a
distracted
good
by the
GoWiWi
golems, so
attack
you don't
on,
have to worry
it
about
looks
them.
amazing.
And those archers,
Because it looks
are
like you
just going
just
to
tore that
clean up
base
from the
apart.
outside. And once again, you should be
those,
able to
all
secure,
everything
if
else
done
from the
correctly,
inside
a
out
good 3-star
is going to be open.
it's
the
not really done
inside.
correctly, but it's can those golems
And you'll
get
be
in
able
the
to
center.
reinforce
And
them.
if you get those
Probably
golems
throw
in the center and you take out that town hall,
but that jump spell is going to be
those
your
archers on the outside,
reinforcement
you
stage
can
2 to get them
3-star
into
this
the
base.
base.
This is base number 4. And for the first stage of placement, actually I don't really have at this time a good strategy for this base. So if you get an idea for it, save it to the end. Let's clear everything else out and then kind of try this one with our second attack. Because there's no, you'll see it's got the pockets of walls, so GoWiWi is not going to go. They've got their air defenses and their expos pointed up, and because they're in the center, your balloons are going to be distracted by all the other buildings on the outside, and those air defenses are going to take them out. Maybe Hog Riders here, and the problem with Hog Riders is do you come in from the bottom and take out those archer towers and wizard spires first? But the problem with that is the mortars are at the top. The 3 mortars are all at the top of the base. And those 3 mortars are just going to attack from afar and destroy, splash damage your bases. If you attack from the top, well, then you have to worry about those wizard towers. So this guy has a pretty nice layout. Maybe dragons. If anyone wants to try 10 maxed out level dragons and see if they can just rage them and get them in this base, I'm going to recommend for now, unless someone has a better idea, this could be a good 10 dragon rage one, and just basically come in from the, I would recommend coming in from the right hand side, kind of just as you see here as I've placed them, because that's where the queen is. That queen, you want her dead fast. If you put them on the other side, that queen is going to slowly kill them. So as you see here, I'd probably put a couple extra in the middle and then space out a couple on the top and bottom and rage them so that they can get into that center, kill the queen, kill all those wizard spires and air defense, and get that town hall. 2 stars, very likely. 3 stars, not sure. This is okay. So this is base 5. Base 5 is a unique base. There's actually two different strategies that you could use here. You could either use the GoWiWi and send in your goblin, wizards, witch, or you could use the lava balloonian, and send in your lava hound to distract while your balloons and minions come in to destroy everything. I'm going to first go over the GoWiWi real quick. You've already seen it before previously, so I'm just going to kind of jump through it, and then I'm going to go into detail about the lava balloonian attack strategy. Here is the GoWiWi placement if you choose to go that route, and the recommendation is to come in from the bottom right. The bottom right has a clear path. It has 3 walls. The top left, you'll see, has 4 walls to get to the center, and the left and right hand side, the top right and the bottom left, those walls are just they overlap too much. But right there down that bottom right hand side, it is a clear straight line to the town hall. So you basically can get straight into the town hall with a few bombs at that first wall, a jump spell on those second 2 walls. Those golems are going to go straight in there. The wizards are going to follow behind them. The witches are going to come in behind, and basically just get right in there, destroy it, and then take out the town hall. 2 stars. And then for cleanup, what I'd recommend is, as previously before, here is for base cleanup, just some archers around the outside of the base. There isn't, the only reinforcement you need for GoWiWi is where you place that jump spell. As for cleanup, archers work best because same thing here. You'll notice that there's so many buildings around the outside of the base that the archers are just going to be able to take them all out at once, and you get a lot more coverage that way. They'll take out, they'll work on the outside in, and those wizards will work from the inside out. And 2, definitely, this is an easy 2-star base. 3-star base is possible as well. Bring your rage spells and just drop them to get some good coverage on the inside with those wizards. So this is once again base 5, but this is with the alternative recommendation, lava balloonian. And so with lava balloonian, you probably recommend, and you'll hear tri lava, quad lava, dual meaning 2, tri meaning 3, or quad meaning 4. So in this, I'd recommend just a simple, maybe a tri. You could probably get away with a dual lava. I recommend a tri just to be on the safe side. But those air defenses right there, they're weak for the first off. They're not very strong air defenses, and and then surrounding those are just a couple of wizard spires, and then you have a little bit to worry about those 2 in the middle. But that fourth one way at the very top, it is so far away right now, it is not going to be a problem for you up front to gain access to the town hall. So 2 is okay. 3 would kind of guarantee you a possible 3-star because they'd still be alive by the time they get to that other air defense, the 4th one. But before we do any kind of attack of with the main attack, you have to clear the clan castle on a lava balloonian attack strategy. It is crucial because you have so many balloons, and both the lava hounds and the balloons are locked onto targets. The lava hounds are going to force themselves to attack the air defense. The balloons are going to force themselves to attack the defense. So it doesn't matter what comes out of that clan castle, archers, wizards, dragons, they're pretty much going to just walk on over and destroy your forces in a couple of attacks, and your forces are going to do nothing to fight back. So to recommend to clear the clan castle, this is an easy base to clear. You're going to notice that that clan castle is so close to the bottom right hand side that if you click on it, you'll see that the circle actually overlaps the outside wall a little bit. So as you see here, I just dropped 3 balloons right there at the bottom of the screen. They'll go after that cannon. That cannon will do 2 things for you. By clearing that cannon first,
your main wave will go directly after the wizard spire. They won't get distracted by the cannon. They'll go straight in for the wizard spire and the air defense, but they'll pull the clan castle out. Once that clan castle out is emptied, I'd recommend, you'll see here on the right hand side, you'll notice on the left hand side there is an archer tower there, which means that if you threw a minion down, that archer tower would kill it. But there is no archer tower on the right hand side, so you just drop a minion right there. It'll pull the clan castle once they're all out over to the right hand side, and then depending on what you want to do, you can throw down your heroes and kill the clan castle troops. You can throw a lightning spell, which I usually don't recommend because it's a wasted spell that could be used better for rage or heal. Or you could do what you've seen me do before, which is pull them all, if they're all ground troops, into one tiny little huddle. Drop one balloon on them. For example, you'll see that little person over here, right where, pretend like that's the clan castle troop. If I drop a balloon, that balloon is going to go after the cannon most likely, or the mortar. So the mortar, if you draw a line from the mortar over the person, you'll see where you need to drop the balloon so that when it goes down, it lands on top of them.
Okay, so now that you have cleared the clan castle, there's no troops in there, it's time for your main attack. Being that I recommended this as a tri-lava balloonian, because we want to try and get that third star. You'll see the placement here. I've got 2 lava hounds at the bottom right, because I want them to go into that first air defense, and one of them is probably going to die, but once it dies, the other one will still be alive to go after that second one to the top right, to the right of the town hall. And down here on the bottom left, I've only got one lava hound, and expectation is it's going to go straight in to that left air defense to the left of the town hall. Balloons. So basically, when you use lava hounds, are expensive. They cost 30 slots. So this is 90 slots right here with lava hounds. But the one thing to also remember is that because you have lava hounds taking all the beating from the wizard towers, archers, and air defense, your balloons. The only reason you have so many balloons normally is because half of them are going to die. In this strategy, they're not going to die because they're not getting hit. So you only need between 12 and 16 balloons. Here I recommend 16 balloons. As I stated before, remember that you can always you can use the 2 fingers strategy, where if you take 2 thumbs and place them on the screen at the exact same time, you will drop twice as fast in 2 different spots. So this is a great opportunity to do that. You drop your 3 lava hounds, they get in there. Sometimes you need to drop your balloons, then the lava hounds. The way you'll know is how far away are you from the air defense. You're kind of close to the air defense here, so get those lava hounds down. If there's a lot of travel distance, because balloons are slow, drop your balloons first. And then when they're halfway there, then drop the lava hounds, which are twice as fast, and then they'll get in front of the balloons. But here, you drop them, you use 2 fingers, you drop all of your balloons, get them all out there, don't hold back. Sometimes you may want to hold back a few, but in this one, it's up to you. If you want to hold back maybe 3 balloons, because you could use those 3 balloons at the end of the battle, at the top left, to take out that 1 air defense. Once those lava hounds are close enough to distract that 4th air defense. But right here, then you'll see where I have the rage spells placed. These rage spells will give you optimal, attack. And pretty much with lava hound, lava balloonian, it's sitting back and watching. The minions I've placed down here are directly behind the balloons. Don't wait the drop of the minions. While the balloons are destroying the defense, the minions are destroying the other buildings. When you drop the rage spells, the minions, if you're lucky, will get inside the rage spell as well and just go through that rage spell and take advantage of it. And this battle could be over in less than 30 seconds to a minute. In less than a minute, you could 3-star this base. Lava Balloonian is a quick strategy. The most important thing is placement. Where are you going to put them? But once they're down and you rage them, it's just sit back and watch. Okay, so here you'll see a rough example of what might happen in this strategy, and then this will be the cleanup. Now, one of the most important things that I want you to notice, and I didn't mention it before, but when placing your lava hounds, it's important to know where the queen is. Because, like we said before, if the troop is not locked into a specific target, they will go after the troops before the buildings. And so one of the unique strategies and Lava Balloonian is when the lava hound dies, and it dies close to the queen, the lava pups that explode from it will actually be drawn to the queen and kill the queen. And the queen does splash damage. So when she does splash damage at a group of things, she kills them all at once. But the advantage of the lava pups is they explode outwards. They surround the queen, and then they come in towards the center. And now the queen, all she can do is attack one at a time in a circle while they're all attacking her from the outside. So this is just an example, as you see where the queen is in the top right, I guess kind of the left, I'm sorry, the left, the right-hand side, that's correct. If you can see where the circle of lava pups are on the right-hand side, the hope is that when one of the two lava hounds that went towards the right air defense die, they will explode and go after the queen and kill her. Now, in a lava hound situation, you want it to die. That's one of the most important things to remember. You don't want it to die too quick, but that lava hound is weak. It has a lot of health. It's there to take enough damage so that the balloons can survive and get deep enough in. But once those balloons are in the base and they're doing damage, you want that lava hound dead, because when it dies, you get 8+ basically minions, or little lava pups that actually do about 3 to 4 times as much damage as one lava hound. Next time you look at it, go look at the details. The lava hound does like 8 points of damage. The lava pups do 30 points of damage, and there's 8 of them. So in this situation, with having 3 lava hounds, one of them probably will not die. In this example scenario that I've given, that's why I recommend having, you could get lucky with 2, but if you have 3, your balloons will stay alive most likely. And as for cleanup, as you see the outside, hold on to about 10 minions. When you drop your minions at the beginning, keep 10 of them in the backup, and just circle the base with those 10 at the very end so they clean up the outside buildings, and you got yourself an easy 3-star. Okay guys, so this is base 6, and on the first 5 bases, the tough ones, I gave a detailed explanation, and in the future I'll probably give, I hope this intro and this walkthrough was not too long. You guys can just skip through it, and I'll list it, the ones you need to, but these bottom 5, I'm not going to go and give a full detailed intro. I'm just going to put some example of initial placements where you can put your troops and see what they'll do. And I'm just going to give a quick, okay, this is what you should do. But the lower levels are much easier to take out. There's always less to worry about. So in this one, I recommend using a Balloonian, a lava Balloonian, probably a try. Actually, no, dual, because I only see, oh, there it is. I do see 4. There's 4 right there, but they're actually really close to each other. So you could probably just use a 2 lava hounds, balloons, and minions on this one. You will take out that those 2 on the right hand side really quick with 1 rage spell. So just take a look at the placement, and then go from there. Okay, guys.
Also,
So don't forget,
this is base
6,
and
the first 5
attack.
bases, the tough
So
ones.
make sure you
I
clear
gave
the
a
clan
detailed
castle
explanation, and
in the
before
future.
you actually,
I'll
probably give.
that I have
I hope these
displayed
weren't
here.
this
The
intro
clan castle is
and
in
this
the
walkthrough was
bottom
not too
of the
long.
center of the base.
You guys
And
can
as you
just
can
skip
notice,
through it.
I'm attacking
And
from the
I'll
top,
list it,
recommending that you attack
the
from
ones
the
you need
top,
to,
not the
but
bottom.
these bottom
So,
5
I'm not going to
recommendation.
go and give a full detailed
Send
intro.
in 3 to 4.
I'm just going to put some balloons
example
at the bottom
of initial
of the base.
placements. They
where you
will
can
kill
put your
the
troops
cannon,
and see
and if
what
you're
they'll
lucky,
do.
they'll actually take out that wizard tower.
I'm just going to give
While
a
they're
quick,
at it.
okay, this
They
is
will
what you
pull
should do.
the troops in the clan
But
castle.
the lower levels are much
and
easier
they will
to
take out that wizard spire.
there's always
spire
less
goes down.
to
You won't have to worry about
so,
it at the end
in
of
this
the
one,
of the.
I
recommend
actual
using
battle.
a Balloonian, a lava. Okay, this is base 7. Real basic. You could try a couple different things here. I recommend just a simple giant or GoWiWi layout here. Notice that the golems or giants, whatever one you choose to use, are placed at the bottom. You're going to need to throw in a couple extra bombs. Those bombs are first going to go for the corners of those walls that are right there in front of you. Once those wall corners are down, and your golems or giants will probably go after those wizard spires, then the next bombs will go after the actual inner wall. This is a good opportunity here, because if you can get all 3 of those walls down right there, your troops are going to go straight in after that air defense. That air defense is going to lure them right in there. Probably throw in a jump spell on that inner wall, and you want your troops just to dive through that little, almost create like a little path straight down the center, and get in there. I would probably focus on a lot more archers than wizards during this battle, because archers are going to just cover more territory, and there's a lot of territory to cover here. You'll notice on all sides of besides the one that we're attacking, all other sides have just rows of buildings that archers could just take out. So just give that a try. And if you don't have a jump spell, by the way, that's okay, because once your golems or giants are done with the air defense, they're probably going to go into the inner wall anyways, because that expo is right there, and it's going to encourage them to want to go that way. Bombs won't help at this point, because the bombs are going to go after every other wall there is. So I'd probably say rage. If you don't have jump spells to get over that middle wall, then rage, and rage will help the giants break through that wall and get into the center. This is base 8 placement, a real simple one. I mean, at this point, you can use any of the higher levels that I showed previously to take out a base like this, but I wanted to show a quick low-level giant archers and wizard little quick attack here. I would recommend using anywhere between 10 and 12 giants. And notice how the giants are just basically creating a wall. They are creating one wall around the entire bottom of the base, and then you're going to have a lot more archers in this, but you basically just want to wrap your archers around the bottom, behind the giants, maybe a few wizards for splash damage. Clearing the clan castle, not that important here, because those archers are just going to slaughter anything that comes out of there when they come out. Bombs, if you want, as you see, maybe a few bombs to break through those couple first walls, but this is just a push here, and it's basically 3 rows, 3 walls, a wall of giants, a wall of archers, and a wall of wizards that are just pushing through the entire base. Keep a couple of archers to the end to play cleanup and clean up those outside bases, and don't forget to get those corners, that Dark Barracks and Spell Factory at the top first. Throw down an archer really quick at the top and side, just so you can get those up front, and don't have to worry about them at the end. This is base 9 placement. Honestly, I would recommend against any air defense here, especially dragons. You might be tempted. This is the kind of base that some people might be tempted to think, oh, I'm going to use dragons. Actually, right off the bat, I can tell you dragons are not going to be strong here, simply because their air defenses are in the center, and they actually have a clear gap around the entire base between the center. So those dragons are going to get distracted, and they're pretty much going to go around the entire circle of the base, never go into the town hall, and those air defenses are just going to kill them slowly as they circle the entire outside of the base. You'll get 50%, but you may not get the actual town hall second star. Maybe if you like dragons and you wanted to, what you'd probably do is send in half your dragons first. Let them clear half of the base as they wrap around, and then send in your second half once everything's cleared and at the start again, and they should go into the center because that will be the closest building, and then those will clear out the air defenses and the clan castle, and rage them. I would probably recommend here more likely like the previous one, where you just use a wall of giants, archers, and wizards, and some bombs. One nice thing here is there's not small gaps. There's not small walled off areas. A lot of it's open. Although I can tell you right off the back, he's got some spring traps, but in that bottom right side, that little path he's created, there are some bombs or some spring traps there. So be careful if you do use giants, simply because those giants will probably lose 3 of them, maybe even more, right there. This is okay, and this is the final base, base number 10. And this is actually an interesting base. I've seen this a couple times from some of the lower levels. I even saw this, I think the number 1 base last time had this, where they just basically overprotect their center with multiple layers of walls, just to protect themselves, and then branch out. This does create a little bit of problem. What it's going to end up doing is, if you use ground troops here, if you see those little branches that star out, your ground troops are going to destroy everything in one section, then have to go walk all the way around the outside and destroy the next section. One advantage here is you could attack from multiple areas at once, and this could be a great barbarian archer or barch raid, where you could just come in from all sides with barbarians and archers, but then you have to worry about how do you get to the center, and how are you going to get in there, and those mortars are in there. So my recommendation with this base is actually an air attack. Get in there with, this is an easy balloonian attack. Just if you have the balloons, just go. Don't even worry about lava hounds. If you don't need them, just go in with 24 to 30 balloons. Spread them all out. Evenly spread them around half the base, and they will just slowly, rage them, and they'll just slowly go in, and in one slow sweep take out all the troops. Yes, you could use dragons, but once again, just like before, the issue with dragons here is the dragons are going to be distracted on every single little building on the outside, and the whole time they're attacking the outside, those air defenses are just going to eat them up. So balloons will get in there, take them out in one swoop wall, and then minions behind them will clean up everything else. Okay, and this is the final base.